Hello team, welcome to our mental training session number 2. Today's topic is self-talk. As you know, self-talk is the continual inner dialogue that you're having with yourself. Whether it's positive or negative, it is extremely powerful. So it's important for you to know that you have total control over the messages that you're sending to yourself, which means you can harness the power of your own thoughts in order to improve your performance in all areas of your life, including your performance in sport. One of the most significant and impactful things I learned as an elite athlete was how significant of a physiological response that would occur with my self-talk, be it positive or negative. So anytime we have a thought that's negative or fearful or doubtful, anything sort of down on that end of the spectrum, what happens is your body goes into a fight or flight response. Every thought that you have has a corresponding physical consequence, such as heart rate, breathing rate, or muscle tension. Your thoughts can even affect the amount of stress hormones, such as cortisol or adrenaline, that's released into your bloodstream. So when your muscles tense up or your blood vessels constrict due to that physiological response, you're constricting the amount of blood flow that's being delivered to your muscles and to your brain. And blood is what's carrying oxygen to help you perform properly. So just by having those negative, fearful, doubtful thoughts, you're sort of shooting yourself in the foot and preventing your body from performing to the level that it could if you had more positive and productive thoughts. We are all wired differently. Many of you will be wired to be naturally a bit more positive with your self-talk, but others will be a bit more harsh or negative and hard on themselves. And it's not to say one is right or wrong, but as you gain an awareness and an understanding of how your thinking patterns affect your performance, you'll be a bit more intentional about making the changes necessary to create more positive thought patterns over time. Remember, your mind is like a muscle, and just like regular, muscles, it has to be trained consistently. It takes time and practice to build up the endurance and the ability to use the skill of positive self-talk effectively, efficiently, and consistently. Cue words are a great way to improve performance because they're quick reminders that help you regain focus, control your effort, control your mood, make changes to your skills, or make changes to make corrections. So cue words are a great way to counteract negative thoughts and be more productive, not necessarily positive, but productive with your self-talk. So what I've found in my experience working with athletes is the most common strategy and technique for producing positive self-talk is starting with negative thought stopping. So as soon as you start to gain the awareness of when and where you're being negative, you can stop the negative thought or the negative statement that you're saying to yourself and counter it with a positive one. You're trying to reframe the negative to find a positive or productive and then affirm it. So it's all happening in real time and it's happening very quickly, but that skill improves and becomes more automatic over time to the point where that negative self-talk or that doubtful self-talk that used to be a pattern for you gets replaced with a much more powerful and productive form of self-talk that's going to really have a huge impact on your performance on the field. I just can't enforce enough how impactful making this change will be to your physical performance. It's incredible. The mind is the computer for your body. If your mind is on the fritz, if it's being negative or harmful, your body is going to respond accordingly. So fuel it properly. Say the things and the intentions that you want to produce. Say what you want to do, not what you don't want to do. If you don't want to make a mistake happen, don't be thinking about the mistake. Be intentional about your self-talk. Use your cue words. Use your positive statements that are going to produce the results that you want on the field. You are 100% in control of your self-talk. It has nothing to do with opponents. It has nothing to do with the situation. You are in control. And self-talk really requires a lot of practice to improve and to become effective and efficient. So I challenge you in training every day, gain that awareness of what you are saying to yourself. What is that dialogue doing? and how is the subsequent physical reaction to those thoughts. Over time, work on that negative thought stopping, the countering, reframing, and affirming, and that process will just become a bit more automatic over time, and you will start to see a significant change in how you start to enjoy and how you start to improve your performance. Good luck with that skill. If there's any questions, please reach out. It's a much more broad topic than what I've presented today, but I think I've given you some things to think about, and I think that if you start to implement this skill in training, it's going to be much more powerful and effective for you when you show up at a game and really need that self-talk to be working for you. Good luck.